A wrestling legend has revealed AEW wanted him to come out of retirement, and would CM Punk be welcomed back into WWE. But first, did MJF sign a contract extension with AEW? This week on the PWTorch.com audio show, Wade Keller would discuss a ton of information regarding AEW, including the ever-divisive MJF. Over recent months, MJF has teased what he calls the bidding war of 2024 between WWE and AEW, with his contract set to expire on the first day of that year. Despite the wrestler himself publicly stating that he did sign a new deal for a raise in salary, he made sure his contract wasn't extended beyond its previous expiry date. Wade would discuss why he feels that this is part of the work and said, "The MJF thing isn't a big topic of conversation. He's back. My belief is he's signed an extension, even if he's telling everybody on and off camera he didn't. I think he did. Unless someone has seen the contract, I think it's presumptuous and potentially faulty reporting to analyze for the MJF situation as if Tony Khan made a mistake by not signing him to an extension. It's in their interest to say he didn't because they have a storyline planned for a year from now where MJF is likely going to announce that he is staying at AEW. I think he got paid big money and got that extension he wanted, and Tony put whatever issues he had with how MJF handled the situation aside, gave him what he wanted, and went from there." Keller would then speak about MJF's backstage reputation in AEW, adding that he isn't much of a problem in the locker room despite how he is perceived, adding that there are much more political and much more difficult figures in the back, and he would add, "He isn't really a problem in the locker room like Sammy Guevara has been, for instance, or Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa have been. That's not him. He's actually less of a problem than the Bucks and Kenny. Kenny is more political than his reputation in terms of protecting his turf and not just being a laid-back kind of quirky guy. He's more political, and MJF is ambitious but not super political. And so that works to the locker room stability too, especially if I'm right in my speculation and my hunch and my belief that he has signed a multi-year extension and just isn't saying so." We have more on the backstage vibe in AEW later on in the video, with an update as to the overall feel in the locker room, but if Wade Keller's theory is correct, the salt of the earth may be sticking around for a while longer than he's making out. And next up, the IWGP Women's Title Tournament finalists are now official. On November 20th, New Japan Pro Wrestling and Stardom will host their first ever joint event, which will also see the first ever IWGP Women's Champion crowned. The belt will be awarded to the winner of an ongoing tournament, where just 2 names remain. This past weekend, Stardom would hold their Goddess of Stardom Tag League tournament event, which saw the 2 semi-finals for the IWGP tournament take place, with Kairi taking on Jazzy Gabert, whilst Utami Hayashishita battled it out with Mayu Iwatani on the other side of the bracket. In the end, it was Kairi and Iwatani that advanced through to the final, with them set to meet in less than 1 month's time. Whoever walks away with the title will then make their first defense at New Japan's Wrestle Kingdom 17 event on January 4th, with speculation mounting on who the challenger will be. Interestingly, currently absent WWE star Sasha Banks did post a fan-made graphic of her and Kairi at Wrestle Kingdom last week, leading to speculation that she could be the one to face the new champion at the Tokyo Dome, although this could just easily be the internet getting ahead of themselves. Banks was also spotted training with Tokyo Joshi Pro star Miyu Yamashita last week in Spain, again adding to rumours of an appearance outside of WWE. Conflicting reports have emerged over recent months as to whether Banks is still under contract with WWE, so it's unknown if an appearance at the Tokyo Dome would be possible, so it's just a case of wait and see with this one. And next we have an update on the backstage morale in AEW. Since the beginning of AEW, one of the key factors for their early success was the reported great atmosphere backstage with morale through the roof. In recent times though, things haven't gone so perfectly, with fallouts between EVPs, public spats, and real-life altercations between many members of the roster. Now let's go back to the PW Torch audio show with Wade Keller that we discussed earlier, with him revealing how things have been in recent weeks, saying that the leadership void that was present at the head of the locker room has now been filled, leading to the ship being steadied after recent turmoil. And Keller would note, One good thing that came out of this Punk Kenny Buck situation is that the leadership void or the leadership slots have now firmly been filled by Chris Jericho, Jon Moxley and Bryan Danielson. None of the three is a perfect leader, but the three collectively are stabilizing to that locker room, and I'm not going to do a long thing about the shortcomings of each of them as leaders. Like I said, not one of them is the perfect leader for this moment in time in that locker room, but all three are good leaders, and collectively they can help steer the ship. This locker room and AEW is not in disarray, and I've been reporting this too the last couple of months, even before the Punk thing. I was told it's not as bad as the headlines make it seem. Chris Jericho, Jon Moxley and Bryan Danielson have held a number of talent meetings as of late, and Moxley has led by example by ditching his vacation in order to stick around to help AEW get back on track, becoming world champion once again, this without a contract, before putting pen to paper with him set to remain there for another 5 years. He's also taken on the official role of coach backstage. Chris Jericho has also signed a new contract with him taking on greater responsibility backstage as a producer and creative advisor. And next, a wrestling legend has revealed AEW wanted him to come out of retirement. In 2019, former WWE and TNA champion Kurt Angle would retire from in-ring action following his loss to Baron Corbin at WrestleMania 35. Since then, however, Angle has been open to the fact that he wasn't 100% happy with how he went out, with him thinking that a match with John Cena would have been a better send-off, the man who debuted against him in 2002. Speaking on the latest episode of the Kurt Angle Show, he would reveal that he did in fact have the opportunity to get back into wrestling again, this time in AEW, revealing that a 10-match run was on the table. He would reveal the money that it would have took to bring him out of retirement and said, "Well, to even consider coming back, it's going to have to be a substantial amount of money. I do remember Tony Khan wanted me to come in and wrestle for him. This was like 4 years ago, and I said for 10 matches, I want $3 million. Kurt was released from WWE in April 2020, so it's possible that he's got his dates mixed up, this unless the talks happened before AEW was officially formed. He was active in the ring before re-signing with WWE in 2017, but a lack of wrestling activity saw him fall out of in-ring condition, with the company instead choosing to have him work as an authority figure instead. It seems Angle has gone back and forth on whether he wants to compete again, with him previously ruling it out completely, although he more recently has said it would be possible under the right circumstances. But what do you make of a Kurt Angle run in or outside of AEW? Let me know in the comments down below. And finally, would CM Punk be welcomed back into WWE? Last week, news broke via the Wrestling Observer newsletter that CM Punk and All Elite Wrestling are in talks to buy out his contract, this following the real-life bust-up with the Elite at the All Out pay-per-view in September. According to the report, the one hold-up that is stopping it from happening is the non-compete clause that would be in place to prevent him from signing with another wrestling company for a period of time following the termination of the deal. This has led to speculation that the Second City Saint has his eye on a potential return to WWE, as if he had no plans to stick around in wrestling, the non-compete wouldn't be an issue, and WWE would be the only place that could match his monetary demands. Speaking on the recent PW Torch audio show, once again, Wade Keller would discuss what he knows about a potential move back to WWE, with him noting that somebody in Triple H's circle would give a hard no to this happening, although it's possible he may do what's best for business, and he would say, "Somebody who's currently in WWE and within the sphere of influence of Paul Levesque's decision-making would be a hard no, as of me asking this person today, a hard no on endorsing the return of CM Punk, even if it would help business." I won't go into exactly what was said, but when I asked, I got a long paragraph of one sentence after another of negative comments about how they feel about Punk now, compared to 8, 9, 10 years ago, based on what's happened in AEW in the last 13 months. And by the way, related to this, I talked to 3 people of significant stature in AEW in the past couple of days. I asked how a vote would go in the AEW locker room if they were asked if they wanted Punk to return. One person said he wouldn't fare very well. Regarding the mood in AEW right now, Keller would add that one of his sources doubts he would get a single vote in the AEW locker room to return, and said, "Another person said he thinks he might not get a single vote, and someone else said he doesn't think he'd get many votes. I think he'd get some personally, just based on conversations I've had the last 6 weeks with others. The 3 people I just talked to in the last few days are higher, prominent people of influence in that locker room. So that tells you something about his standing and why I think if Punk were to return, it wouldn't necessarily go well for him in either place. And I think that's going to fall into the calculations of Tony Khan right now, and it might fall into the calculations of Paul Levesque. I still believe Levesque would be more likely to bring him in than Vince McMahon for the reasons I said, but I think there would be some pushback by people in Levesque's sphere of influence. In the past, multiple AEW wrestlers have spoke positively about Punk's time with them in AEW, including Powerhouse Hobbs, Darby Allin, and FTR, so it's unlikely that the entire locker room would be against him, although much of the roster is made up of people close to the Elite, who would obviously side with them. What happens next is anyone's guess at this point, although if he were to exit AEW, it feels like a huge missed opportunity, with there being a ton of money to be made with an angle between CM Punk and the Elite, with singles matches with Hangman Page and Kenny Omega having the potential to be some of the most talked about matches in the company's history. I think a lot of fans are hoping for a more positive outcome to the situation, although as it stands, that hope seems to be fading. And before you go, make sure you check out the 12 most obscure WWE appearances from AEW wrestlers.